Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss Class 6 Science NCERT Chapter 1 Food, Where Does It Comes From? As the chapter name indicates, food. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about food, its variety and where does we get foods. So in the first part, as we all know, there are different varieties of food and everyone eat different kinds of food at different times. So here is one activity 1. In this activity, you have to ask your friend that what item they would be eating during the daytime, and then you have to just write the name of the friend, and here you have to write the item eaten in day. So here are the 3 columns. You can write 3 friends' name and here the item whichever he or she eats. Next is ingredients. For preparing our food, we need different types of ingredients. What do you mean by ingredients? Ingredients are the 2 or more materials that are needed to prepare a food or a dish. For example, if we are preparing a vegetable curry, different kinds of vegetable salt, spices and oils are required. Okay. What are these? Vegetables, salt, spices, oil are all ingredients of making vegetable curry. Next is activity 2. In this activity 2, you have to choose any of the item and then write their particular or respective ingredients. For example, 2 of them are being done for you. For making roti or chapati, you need 2 ingredients, atta and water. And for making dal, you need pulses, water, salt, oil, ghee, spices and etc. Like that, you can also fill one of the food item and here you have to write the ingredient of that particular food items. Next, coming to food material and the sources. As we all know, there are 3 main sources of food. One is animal. From animal, we get meat, egg, milk, chicken, fish, prawn, all are these which comes from animal. These items come from the animal. So, the main source of these food are animal. Next is the plant source. We get rice, wheat, paddy, all fruits, vegetable, all from plants. Next is one more variety, that is natural source. So there are mainly 3 sources: plant source, animal source and natural source. In plant source, we get vegetables, fruits, wheat, rice from plants. That's why plant is act as a source of food. Next is natural source. We get salt from sea. So sea here act as the natural source. Next is the animal. From animal we get meat, milk, egg, rice, etc. So animals also become a source of food. And here is one activity in which you have to just take one food item and then you have to write the ingredients and their source. For example, idli. First food item is idli. The ingredient of idli is rice, urad dal, salt and water. And the main source of this is plant. Like chicken curry. Chicken, spices, oil, water are some of the ingredients of chicken curry. And its source are animal, plant and animal. In case of kheer, milk we get from animal, rice we get from plant, like that. So next is plant part and animal product as food. So here you can see one picture which is representing different edible parts of plant. First is root. Root act as an edible part. For example, carrot. Carrot is the root part of a plant which we eat. Leaf, spinach. Spinach we eat is the leaf part. Stem. We eat sugarcane. That is the stem of a plant. Buds we eat, flower also we eat. Everything we eat. In different vegetables and fruit as we get different source as well as part of plant we eat. Next, in activity 4, you have to choose any of the food items with plant source and their ingredients you have to write, and then which plant part gives you that ingredients. For example, in case of brinjal curry, you use brinjal as the source and its plant part is fruit. Brinjal is a fruit part of plant. Chili. Next is chili as spice we use. That is also fruit of a plant. Then oil from groundnut, mustard, soya bean, any other seed plant, that is your seed part. From the seed part we get the oil. Similarly, you have to fill different food items, their ingredients and the plant part which we eat. Next, activity 5. In activity 5, you have to just take moong dal or chana dal, and what you have to do, you have to just put that seed in the water, okay, in a container filled with water, and you have to leave this aside for a day. Next day, you have to just fully drain the water completely and leave these seeds in the vessel. And then you have to wrap that seeds in a wet cloth. Next day, what do you observe? You will observe that the moong dal as well as chana dal has been sprouted. Next is nectar. Do you know what is nectar? Nectar is the sweet juice from the flower. And bee are the cells which convert nectar into sweet juice. That is, nectar into the bees convert nectar into honey and they store it in their hive. Beehive, honey are stored by bee. What does this bee do? Bee just go and just suck the nectar from the flower, and then they convert that nectar into honey and then they store it in the hive. Thus, that flower and their nectar may be available only for part of year. The beehive mainly just they find and collect the food and they stored it for a year. Next is animal. What do animal eat? Next we are going to deal with animal, what they eat. So there are different types of animals. Here is one activity. Several animals are being listed. Okay. You have to just classify it. Okay. Food, you have to just classify the, you have to just write here name of the animal is written. You have to just write the food animal eat. Okay. So different animal eat different food. For example, buffalo. Buffalo eat grass, oil cake, hay, grains. Whereas cat, they eat small animals, birds, milk. Similarly, you have to write what rat, lion, tiger, spider, house lizard, cow, human being, butterfly, crows and others eat. Okay, here you have to write. Next we are going to deal with 3 more big new terms, that is herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. These are the 3 types of animals. And so the animals which eat only plant and plant products are called as herbivore. Example is your deer, rabbit, etc. Other is your carnivore, the animal which eat only other animals, that is, or meat. They are known as carnivore. Example is your tiger and lion. Next is your omnivore. Omnivores are the animal which eat both plant as well as animals. Example is cat, dog, etc. So here you have to just prepare a chart. Table 1.6, you have to prepare a chart listing the example of herbivore, carnivore and omnivore. So this is the end of the chapter. At the last of the chapter, it is said that India is highly populated, so we are not getting enough food. So what we should do, we should just save the food. We should never waste the food. Thank you and have a nice day.